Okay, today I'm replacing the door on my 2006 Silverado. For those of you who are wondering why, I'm pretty sure you can see by that I had a run-in with a stump one. So I picked one up at a junkyard, and today we're going to replace it. It's very simple. Tools you'll need: regular screwdriver, some Torx bits, and just a standard or a metric 1/4 inch, or you can use 3/8 set. And I prepped it up a little bit. This panel down here, the wiring comes through to the door and comes out here. This green loom right here, this holds your wires for your door, and I'll unplug those later, feed them through when we go to pull the door off. Down here in this corner there was just a push pin that I pulled out. You can get a push pin remover at your local parts store, really easy. And then over here in this corner there's just a cap with a Torx bit behind it, just a little cover that snaps over top of it that you can pull off. So first thing I'm going to do is, back in this corner there was 3 10mm bolts, 2 that went to the hinges here, and 1 that goes to the what would have been the spring on the older ones, but pretty much a shock absorber so the door doesn't slam close on you all the time. It keeps the door in an open position with a little bit of tension on it. But first things first, I am going to pull the door panel just to make it easier. I have to switch the door panel over to the new door, which is in the back of the truck. So these are 7mm bolts. There is 1 here underneath the door handle. Very easy to come out. There's no covers or anything in place over top of it, so all you got to do is pull it out. And then there is 1 down here on the bottom of the door. I don't know if you can see that, but there's 1 down here. It's kind of hard to see, but it just goes straight up. 7mm as well. Take that off. And then our Torx bit right here. And on some of them I have noticed that some of these will be a 10mm as well. This one here just happens to be a Torx bit. I don't know if it's a model year difference or what. But take this off, set it aside. Now with these doors, a lot of doors, there'll be push pins holding it in the whole way along the side. With this one here, it actually raises up and locks in, or it sits down into place. So what you'll do is you'll remove this little trim piece around the door handle. Just take that off, and you don't need to mess with this bolt. That's for the actual handle mechanism itself. And then you pick up on the door and it comes off of all the latches. Now sometimes they are a little stubborn, but you'll do this the whole way along. Sorry. You also have to remove this. They're just push clips for behind the mirror. That allows you to raise the door panel up. Okay, on a side note, we forgot to mention this. This here is your manual lock for you to lock it by hand instead of using electronic lock. And what it is, it's pressure fit. You can see there's a gap down in there that slides over top of this rod to lock and unlock the door. And behind it there's a screw, so that needs to be removed as well. And with that pulled out, the whole door will come up, and easier if you can just unplug your window module here. 3 plugs, unplug it, set it aside, and then you are also going to have your should be your speaker housing, or for your tweeter. That will need unplugged, and then down in the bottom there is a light that you just have to unplug, and that's how you remove the door panel.
And we just took out all these plugs.
Do is take off all the wiring that goes to the window motor, your speakers, the electronic, all that wiring. Now if you look, you can see where it comes through the door here. It's in a nice green loom. Follow the green loom up and around, and it's held in with a little clip right here. Just pop the clip out. Sometimes easier said than done. There's pop the clip out and then unplug carefully the two plugs that go to the door like that, and then you're going to feed them back through the hole. Like this, and now all we have to do is pull the three 10mm bolts that I said about earlier, and we're good to go. Good to take the door off.
Now will the door just fall off, or
No.
will? Okay, it's held on by a hinge still.
There's pins. I don't know if you can see right here. That pin that sticks up. All this does is once it's set down on the pins, it keeps it in place. There's a little arm in the back that keeps it in place, so you can't pick the door up off the pins without removing these. Now it is worth mentioning that you don't have to take the door panel off, but I want to take the door panel off because I need to use that door panel on the new door. But it is not necessary to take the door panel off. You can just disconnect your wires and take these off, and your whole door will come right off.
All we gotta do is lift, right? Yep. A lot later than I expected.
You can actually see that my fender's in really good shape. It's nice. So, with it off, look behind, make sure your hinges are in good shape. The hinges are welded to the unit or to the body here. No bolts, so you always want to make sure this is solid behind it. Other than that, we're good to go. Put the new door back on. So here's the door. Picked this up at a junkyard for $150. First thing you want to look for is this inner lip right here. Whenever you buy a door like this, these are one of the first spots for them to rust out, right here along this fold. And if you look, you can see a little bit of surface rust there, but this door was off of an 2006 Silverado, same as this one. And for having no rust, it's very good. It's what you want to look for. Other than that, I just did the same thing by stripping the door panel, and now we can put it back on.
Now I have a question. Does it matter if you have a door from an extended cab or a regular cab? Do they all interchange with each other?
The door for the extended cab here is the same. The latch right there is the exact same on my third, or on the back door, I guess you could call it, is exactly the same as it would be on a regular cab. The latch is the same, so it should be the same from extended to regular cab doors.
Okay.
Time to look stupid with a blue door. You go that way towards the Blazer. There we go.
No, that's not heavy.
You're right. Oop. What I'm doing. Okay, bring the bottom down. Kind of sit down on the pins. Wiggle back and forth. All I'm going to do is feed the new wires in through this hole one at a time. It's a little easier that way.
Rubber grommet or anything didn't go with the door, right?
Nope, there's one that comes with the old door. Okay. Something you want to make sure of when you're picking it up at the junkyard, but... And just plug them back in. And then down here, I don't know if you can see this. This white piece here is for this here. The rubber grommet loops on, or hooks onto that. Now it's kind of difficult, and I probably won't get it the first 5 times, but easiest way to do this, there's 2 little push clips on here, and you can pop this whole white piece out of the door, or out of the body itself. Take this, and all you have to do is snap it back in, and there you go, all waterproof. So all I'm doing now, putting this in, tightening it up, and then up here I need to put this and this, the 2 hinges, locks in, and should be good to go.
Hopefully.
And to put on the mirror, very simple, feed the plug through. Line up your 3 bolt holes and clip in the little clip. And he'll start the 3 nuts over there. tighten them up, run your wiring, and we are good to go with the mirror. They don't need to be very tight, just hand snug. You noticed I haven't used more than a 1/4 inch ratchet for everything. Skin down.
Say follow the white.
And you kind of want to make sure that you put it back on these little clips so that way the wiring does not fall down into your door track or end up getting in with anything to do with your window.
Or tape.
Yes. Tape works as well. So I want to put this back in because I have it and sound deadening. Okay. Speaker, very, very easy to put in. The plug down here on the bottom, just plug it in. And then there's 2 little fins down here, and there's 2 little slots right there. Put the bottom in first, tip it up, and lock it into place. Done. Now, one thing I'm going to do before I start putting everything back together is I'm going to test everything.
That's what I was talking about.
Now, these ones here are a little weird to me, but you put it in, you make sure you have this all the way down, and rotate this up and back, and it locks in right there with a little clip, and now that's plugged in. Over here, and the rest is just plug and play, match the plugs up, shapes and sizes. And then if you look here, blue, green, black, the blue or the green and the black will be for like heated seats, electronic lumbar support, none of which I have. Locks work. Window goes all the way down. And window goes all the way up. Lock. Unlock. You can see the rod right here as it moves. Lock and unlock. So close the door real quick. Automatic windows, very nice. Lock. Can't get in, can't get out. Unlock. Perfect. So now, simple process of hooking everything back up. Now I'm going to take this cluster back off here just so it's easier to put the door panel back on. Okay, so what I was talking about earlier when we were taking the door panel off, a lot of doors have push pins along the base, and when you put it on and you push the push pins in, now those wear out really quick. Now Chevy got smart and they put these on. So what you do is you start out a little bit above these holes, these slots right here. You can see them the whole way along. Make sure your wire's out of there. And each one of these here will slide into a hole and you lock it down in. Now you no longer have push pins pulling out and a loose and flopping around door panel. And then, like I was talking about earlier, here's the tweeter. Now the new door did not come with the wiring for the tweeter, and I probably won't wire it back in, but for those of you that want to, you can wire this tweeter in.
You would just have to take it from the other harness.
Yep.
Okay.
You'd have to take the harness off of the door,
Unravel it and
wire it in with the wiring from this door. Okay. Okay, so that right there, how to put on one of these doors, very easy. Now if you get a door that already has the interior panel on, you can do it in 10 minutes. Easy, done. But now, door opens, door closes, window goes up, goes down, locks. Now my next plan for this is I need to get the door painted, obviously, but I have some rocker panel and cab corners. The new ones are in the garage. And once I get those put on, I'm going to get everything. I'm going to paint all this. And then my next job for this truck is taking care of some little things, like these truck boxes. I just put them in, love them very much, but I need to sturdy them up in the back. So gonna fabricate some braces, and you'll see Cam and myself working on fabricating and welding some things up. Until next time.